west there and check and see what's going on for a few. Give this time to burn out. I think
Okay.
I will. I think I'm going to walk right over here and look down the hallway.
Okay. It's a natural crevasse on the side of the rock. It goes back about feet, and it looks like there's a pile of rubble, an old cave in. You're not sure if the area is unstable or not.
I think
None of you are gnomes, right? Or dwarves.
I'll creep that way a little bit. Just kind of slowly walk down that way and see if can tell if anything's going to fall on me. Did uh did we still have a torch?
Somebody was carrying a torch.
I don't remember who was
I think it
carrying.
was called. Uh, Oz, I don't know if you're talking or not, but we can no longer hear you.
He's got a mute icon on his.
Yeah, he just turned it on.
Oh, huh. Yeah, still nothing.
All right, let me try reconnecting. Give us a mic check, Oz.
He's typing.
Hey, I heard something from you. All right. Well, while Oz is getting his microphone issues straightened out, the closer that you get to the pile of rocks at the end of the tunnel, the more you begin to realize that they look like they've been purposefully placed. Um, Not exactly looks like a rock fall because there's no like matching holes in the ceiling. It looks like they've been placed there by something.
Hmm. I think I will get closer. I don't want to get too close. I don't want to get nuked.
Okay, yeah. Description hasn't changed. It looks like somebody piled up some rocks at the end of this tunnel.
Is it warm?
No. All right. So what are you doing? You got a pile of rock in front of you.
And carefully move a few of the rocks and see if there's anything buried underneath.
No, but as you remove a few of the rocks near the top, you can see a few peaks of light coming from behind the pile.
I'm digging in.
Okay. You remove a few more rocks, enough to get a pretty good look at the other side, and you can see that there's a campfire on the south end of the room, and there's evidence of some human activity, but you don't see anybody immediately.
Wisdom's 15. I would consider myself pretty wise, so I probably would not just yell out, "Hey, is anybody there?" But I have been known to make rash decisions.
Yeah, so there's a campfire there.
Cool.
And it is still burning, so it has been recently tended.
Am I able to clear a path through for me to fit through? Or is it too much rock?
No, I mean, none of the rocks seem to be too heavy for an average person to pick up and move.
Okay.
Like I said, it's been purposefully piled here, and so it looks, you know, like a stone wall constructed by a man, basically a pyramid pile of rocks to block the tunnel. So if you want to try and clear enough out to shimmy through, you can. If you want to take your time and really clear the pile out, you can.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
I would suppose that if Oz was here, he'd probably either be telling you to stop or helping you. So since he's not here, we're going to guess he's helping you.
Yeah. I'm gonna start digging. Get an opening big enough for the largest of our party to squeeze through.
Well, you guys are both half elves, so
Well, that works.
okay. Once you get the bulk of the stone out of the way, that's pretty much what you see. It's a cavernous area with about 31 feet high, filled with cobwebs. The surface of the rock walls is and floors is covered with sharp stalactites and stalagmites. You can see the campfire. There's some cooking utensils, like some really crude looking bedding. None of the utensils or tools look to be very well made. Most of them appear to be made out of animal bone or just whatever they could find.
So we're talking like possibly primitive humanoids.
Right. There is a sloping passage going off to the west.
Yeah, we'll sneak down here and take a
Audio?
look.
Maybe audio.
I can barely hear you.
Let's try. There we go. Is that better?
That's a little better. One
How
more
about
time.
that? Yes. No.
Excellent.
Perfect.
Woohoo!
All right.
All right. Now let's.
So you were gone for a while. So here's what happened while you were gone. I figured you were coming back, you would have figured out a way to get a message to me. Um, Edwin come down the passageway, found a man-made organized pile of rocks blocking the passage.
Mm-hmm.
He, with your help, he cleared out enough of the stone to see into the room. This red splotch here is a campfire. There's some primitive-looking tools and utensils scattered about, some primitive-looking bedding. There's a sloping passage to the west, and that he was just getting ready to take a peek down this direction when you came back.
When you say campfire, is the fire actually lit and going, or is
It
it
is actually lit and going.
interesting? Um, can I check and see if there's any kind of tracks around here?
Yes.
I'm guessing that's going to be a dungeoneering somewhere around here. Where is that listed at? I'm guessing that would be urban or dungeon tracking. Did that actually make a roll? No, it just lists what my trapping roll is. Okay, so
Hmm. I'm gonna say you probably won't have to track them. They've been here very recently.
yeah, that's kind of why I was. Yeah, there's really only one path for them to go off of too.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's go ahead and head this direction. Oh, I don't know if you heard me or not, but don't suppose you have any extra healing in them potions of yours, do you?
Um. think I actually have any potions. I can cure light wounds, but is it? Yeah, we haven't rested yet, so it's still the same day. I don't know that I can do that again.
You have 3 slots, which you probably have all preloaded with cure light wounds at this point, just to keep yourself healthy because you've been down here for a while.
Yeah, probably true.
All right, so you hear some muffled grunting coming from the direction that you guys are looking. This thing in the middle of the room is a pool of fresh water.
Okay.
Hmm.
Appears to be fresh water from this distance. Um, but farther off down, down the crevasse there, you can hear some muffled grunting noises.
Please don't let it be a troglodyte orgy. Please don't let it be a troglodyte orgy. Quietly move that direction.
Uh,
I may want to snuff the torch just in case. I'm
I have
assuming this area is not brightly lit.
No,
I
Yep.
have moved silently. I could give that a shot. Move over that way.
Yeah, let's see if we can get an eyeball or two on what's going on down there.
See what happens. Ooh,
and you're just on it.
I guess
Okay.
so.
Heck of a check right there.
Okay, so
About there, maybe.
yeah, it's probably a little too far.
Okay.
You're going to be moving at half speed, so yeah, I
Ish.
guess you can make it that far.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, you see something right about there, and it doesn't appear to have noticed you yet.
Hmm. Decisions. Do I run in and attack, or do I kind of wait it out a little bit?
I would like to know what it is, whether it be friendish or foe-ish. It's smart enough to build a fire. I'm thinking it's what owns the fire, at least. Smart enough to have basic tools, but there's been all kinds of things down here that have been smart enough to do that and still try and kill us. So
Yeah.
we have encountered frogmen, in case that hasn't been mentioned yet.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and they have kind of a sharp bite. Um, Personally, when I'm in doubt, I always say parlay first, and well, I always say shoot first and ask questions later. My character will always say parlay first, attack later.
So you're going to call out to him.
Am I close enough to where I've gotten a vision on that, or because I thought that he was the only one moving up?
He hasn't communicated to you that he's seen anything yet. So, I mean, if you want to move closer, you can.
I'm just kind of watching and seeing if he's giving me any kind of signs to.
Maybe want to kind of signal you to move slowly
Okay.
and quietly.
I'll go ahead and snuff the torch, or kind of tuck it back around the corner there. Right in
You
that
could
area.
probably safely set it near the campfire.
Yeah, that's kind of where I was going with it. That this area should be light enough to where just setting it down or setting it over by the campfire shouldn't leave much of a problem.
Yeah.
And then kind of casually try and move up as carefully as possible.
Do you have sneak or anything
I
similar?
don't believe so, but at the same time, I want to say I was half elf. Yeah, so I should have some sort of careful movement ability somewhere. I think that was innate. Oh, I do have a move silently. Never mind. Uh-huh.
Yeah. Nice.
God, you guys are just rolling amazing. Okay, so yeah, go ahead and move closer.
Yeah, we'll go ahead and hop in right about. Oh, well, evidently we're standing right next to each other.
That's fine.
I mean, that's fine. It is a 5 foot square, so you guys can be standing shoulder to shoulder in that square, no problem.
Okay.
All right. Um, he moves farther back into the darkness.
Of course. I think we may have scared him off, whatever it was, or being led into a trap.
Well, that's possible too. Yeah. Yeah. Well, best way to find out if it's trapped is to spring it. My late grandfather told me that. No. How far across is this lake?
Oh, it's just
Pond-ish or
pool of water about 10 feet across,
okay.
and it doesn't look to be very deep.
I definitely don't want to go wading through it after the whole nearly poisoning the druid. So I say we go ahead and kind of move up here again as quietly as possible. See if we can at least get a better eyeball on whatever that was. You want me to make another move silently, or
No, you could probably just carry over that other roll.
let's move up to about right here ish, and see if we can get any kind of heat signatures or.
Okay, there are two man-sized uh, figures tucked back into that crevasse.
Hmm.
See, that makes me think guards.
Yeah, possibly, but why would they be hiding out in?
And no light sources or anything back there?
Let's go right here.
There's some light coming from farther back in the cavern.
Hmm. See, it's times like this where I really wish I had a bow. Although that kind of defeats the whole talk first and then. Coming back over here. Let's see. Instead of walking straight up this way, straight north, I want to kind of take a little bit of a jaunt around this direction of this pool.
Okay.
Come right to here, just around the corner from these guys. And then my plan is to call out and see if there may be friendlies there.
Okay.
I would like to let Edwin get into a better position if he would like, because it's
Yeah,
possible that they may just charge out and try and attack us.
I got you back.
All right, and do I have anything in my inventory that I can actually set up as a trap in case they decide to just come?
Okay.
Don't actually see anything that I could use as any kind of trap of any sort.
2 fist-sized rocks go skittering across the floor at your feet.
Well then, I guess that means that they're not terribly friendly.
It didn't appear that they were actually aiming for you. It looked like they were aiming at your feet, trying to scare you.
We mean you no harm. We're just trying to find a way out in a various assortment of languages.
Okay.
So,
The second barrages of rocks didn't appear to intend to miss.
Okay. So let's actually back up a little bit. They haven't actually acted terribly aggressively. They just don't want us bothering them, it seems.
Yeah, it seems that way.
I have no issue with kind of backing up a little bit and seeing if they calm down some.
Yeah.
All right. They aren't following you, as far as you can tell.
Okay. So I have no wish to actually pick a fight here. If they just want us to go away.
At least not yet.
Yeah. At least not with 2 hit points. Exactly.
Oh crap. How about that healing? Should I roll for that now?
Yeah, it's a 1d6 plus 1.
Okay. Let's see if I remember how to do that now. Plus 1.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Nice.
I'm really happy with that.
I'm still, I think, relatively okay.
You know, it actually just occurred to me that I can't see your hit points. The only person's hit points I can see are mine.
Yep.
Yep, that's on purpose.
Yep. I have a 5 in the red circle. Does that mean I only have 5 left, or I'm
Yes.
taking 5 damage?
It means you have 5 left.
Okay, I'm okay for now then.
Right. So what other areas do we have that we can look at? Oh, hey. Wow, I can use my arrows to move.
Really?
If you use your arrow keys, then you can just move your little person without actually having to click them. Let's see.
Oh, nifty.
And I don't see a whole lot of other area except maybe to see if maybe those guys have gone out yet. Anything useful as far as the minor tools that are around the campfire?
Not particularly. It's just simple bone and leather tools.
In any kind of is dirt or scree or anything that I can kind of scratch a message by the fire? I basically want to just
Sure. I mean, you
kind
can
of scrawl friend there somewhere just to kind of give them an idea that we mean them no harm.
you can use some of the ash from the fire on a stick and use it as a stylus and write something.
There we go. We'll write friend there, and then I'm kind of thinking go back up to where those guys burst into flames and see if they've gone out yet.
Yeah, that should be fine. I don't want to kill these things if they're not aggressive. So
Yeah, if they're just trying to defend their territory, I have no problems with that. Now, if we have to go through them to get to the tiara, that may need some other diplomacy later, but
throw a couple coins at them next time.
yeah. What is it? The 5th castle in Zelda? Just give them some meat and then go on.
Yeah.
But other than that, let's go in that area again and see if they still
Yeah, I totally did not know you could just use the arrow keys to move.
That's pretty nifty.
I was actually trying to move the map and it
Oh, if you want to move the map, you can right click and drag.
oh nice.
Oh,
Oh,
really?
that makes it much easier.
Oh,
Yeah.
no doubt. Instead of grabbing at those scroll bars. Oh, so much better.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Just ask questions. How do I do this?
That's what she said.
Well, I
Okay.
just figured it was in a window, so it's
Right.
yeah.
Okay. So yeah, they've gone out. The bodies are just charred husks at this point. Anything that might have been a value on them is slag. So
I'm kind of thinking move past them a bit up into this area.
Yeah.
okay.
Smack them with a staff as I walk by, just because.
They deserve it.
Yeah.
I guarantee you they're cultists of some sort.
Come on, work with me, not against me, computer.
And what was directly beside me there?
That is a door. It's a pretty large door.
Okay. Hmm.
I wasn't sure if this was actually a hallway or if that's actually the end of the room.
No, there's a hallway going off to the north. Usually, I'll try and at least expose enough of the wall to where you can see like, there's a black line there.
Yeah,
If
that's
there's
what I thought it was. I just wanted to be sure.
okay, so since you can see that far, I will actually expose more of that area for you.
I guess I should say that we need to get. Did I say that we were going to grab our torch back?
We'll assume you grabbed your torch on the way out.
Yeah.
I'm easy that way. I'm not full GM. I'll let you retcon grabbing a torch.
Oh yeah, I so totally grabbed it.
Okay. The area to the north, it looks like more of this dungeon, basic dungeon type area with manacles and stuff on the walls. There's a musty smell coming from that direction.
Mm.
Aside from that, let me make sure that I'm actually on the right room here. No, I'm not. I'm reading the wrong description.
We're good players, though. We'll let you retcon it.
Nothing changed except for you can see that there's a large sized humanoid slumped over in the northeast corner.
Interesting. Can we tell from here if he's actually breathing or?
The body's cold.
Oh, okay. Well, then he's probably not breathing.
Yeah, your information pretty much gives you the hint that whatever it is dead.
Let's go ahead and move up and see what kind of poke him with a stick a couple times first. And
okay, yeah, it is the bloated and decaying corpse of an ogre.
Ooh,
Oh,
really big body. Seem to be anything of note on him?
No, unfortunately, his body's been picked clean and partially eaten.
Ooh.
There are, upon closer inspection of the room, there are claw marks on the ceiling and walls.
On the ceiling and walls. Interesting. Any kind of cubby holes for things to actually like hide in and live in?
No, nothing that you can see here.
I'm going to say that those were probably from the little demon spawn that almost killed us.
Those were just standing there, though, weren't they? They weren't like clinging to walls or anything. Did they appear like they could climb walls?
Not particularly.
Basically,
just dark-skinned gnome type creatures. Think the gnome equivalent of a drow.
Yeah, I know that Druger are the dark dwarves. I can't remember the name of the dark gnomes. Been too long since I've read Salvatore.
I think I'm going to check out that door right there.
Yeah, that's kind of where I was headed. I think that door may be our next target.
Okay. It is closed. Doesn't appear to be locked.
Let's go ahead and poke it with a sharp stick and see if we can open it.
All right, poking it with a stick doesn't seem to do anything.
Okay.
I'll go ahead
and open it.
Okay. The room stinks of rotting vegetation. There is a lit torch on the far eastern wall. Any furniture? A cedar chandelier with 12 candles that are burned down to the end, and a loom on the south end of the room.
But no obvious vegetation? I'm gonna look up just in case.
It looks like they may have been using what little vegetation that they've been able to scrounge around from the area,
Hmm.
like mosses and stuff, and trying to use it to make tapestry.
Ah.
It's nasty and not very effective. Searching around the room, you do find a few additional items. There's a maple cane, a hairbrush, a pair of iron pliers, a good set of flint and steel, and a deck of tarot cards.
I am definitely interested in the iron pliers.
Yeah.
And I kind of think we should take the tarot deck as well. I have no idea if it's actually going to be useful or
Yeah.
not,
Throw them in your
um,
sack. You never know.
but
Did you
I
say
will
there
go
was a
ahead and pick it
cane?
up as well.
Yeah, just a simple maple cane
You can never have enough sticks.
walking stick.
I'm gonna grab that.
All right. It's too flimsy to be effectively used as a weapon, but
Right.
Okay. Well, I don't see any purpose in looming around here, so
it's
does the loom actually appear functional?
yes, it is a functioning loom, although it would need a significant amount of cleaning and maintenance in order to make it functional again, just because they've gunked it up with a bunch of bull crap.
Interesting.
Kind of curious how a loom got into this dungeon.
Same way we did, probably at stage begin.
There's a lot of things that seem wildly out of place down here.
Like the painting.
Yeah. It's almost like this is where the lost things go.
It's an oubliette. That's what it is.
It's only a matter of time before you find a mountain of left socks.
That's what I was thinking. Where's the socks?
It's going to turn. It's going to be an odiug made just out of left socks. Okay, so we've pretty well gotten that area covered. I think the only big area we've got left to uncover then is either past the two guards or way up here, I believe.
Yeah. No, there's a big section missing. Of course, it's not a whole lot up north there.
Yeah, that's kind of where I was headed up in that. Right up here. I think that there was another passageway that went off to the
Yes. Yeah,
west.
there is an opening to the left.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna stop you. Let's see. I don't know what the hell that is. So let's just do it this way.
I don't believe I was here for the room, like just slightly south and to the right.
Oh, the one with the pentagram?
Yeah, I don't think I was here for that.
May not have been.
Yeah, you were here for that.
Yeah. That was like the first room you guys went
Yeah,
into
the first
after
room we went in after you joined us.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Okay. So I'm gonna grab both of you guys here. And right as soon as you guys come through this door into this area, you see some movement from the north. The door in that diamond-shaped room is open, and you see movement in that direction. Just a second, I need to create some tokens real quick.
Oh, I wonder if it's the orcs that are still hunting us.
Let's hope not.
Can I tell from the quick glance if they seem to be moving towards us or away from us?
Looks like they might be moving towards you. Like the door was just being opened and now you see something from behind it.
In that case, I want to go right there as quickly as possible. Kind of wait around that corner for whatever may be on.
Hide.
Yeah, basically it. we're we're going to sneak out and go boo. See if we can scare 4 or 5 hit points off of them.
Oh man, I totally misread that. I'll just grab this. All right, that'll work. Okay, so yeah, the door opens and you see a humanoid, the silhouette of a humanoid figure using your low light vision. He definitely saw you when you
Darted across the hallway.
corner though.
Well, so that hopefully he only saw me and doesn't know that there's a second of us then.
Yeah, you're not sure about that, but he is definitely moving in your direction at this point. Cautiously.
Hello?
Okay, he moves to about here and stops. You're still carrying the torch, right?
I am.
All right.
We don't have to be rough with each other.
Okay. It is a human wearing animal skins and carrying a spear. Did not respond to you saying hello in common.
I'll try any number of other languages. Let's see what other languages I've got.
Okay.
In the meantime, I'm going to try to appear non-threatening.
Okay.
I'm to do a casual arms up, friendly type gestures. And as far as languages, where are my language skills at? Okay. Elf, Knoll, Gnome. We'll start with Gnome. Go hit Elven. I don't imagine how Elven will work, but we'll go to Gnome. We'll try Halfling. Then I guess I'll start moving into the other ones that are probably more likely to irritate him. We'll see. Orc.
Yeah.
The hobgoblins or any of those. So.
By the time you hit like the third or fourth attempt at a language, a spear goes whizzing past your head and lodges itself in the wall behind you.
Well, now that was just uncalled for. Out comes the weapons. Okay, Edwin, let's do this.
Yeah, I see standing over here and I see a spear go flying by you, so naturally I'm gonna approach cautiously and see what's going on.
I'm actually going to try and charge him.
All right, go ahead and roll initiative.
Let's see. I think that's over here by dexterity. Bing.
Ooh.
Okay. So are you not joining the combat, Edwin?
Let's stand back a second and see what happens.
Okay.
I did just walk in here after seeing the spear fly, so I see him running that way, and I'm just kind of like, huh?
All right. Bad news called. He had time to set a spear.
I kind of figured he would with that kind of initiative roll.
So we're going to move you back one square because he's got reach. Okay.
Well, I see a spear land firmly into Garb there.
Well, firmly is not the right word. It hits his splint meal armor and just kind of glances off, but it did stop him in his tracks. You're just outside of melee range with this guy, and you can either close the range or you can like it's up to you how you want to proceed. You're not going to get an attack this round because he stopped your movement, so you can use your extra
Is
movement for a move, or you can set to guard, or
can I attack the weapon?
no.
Is this wooden spear or?
As soon as he set the spear and attacked you with it, he was
Okay.
retracting it and resetting his hands on it. So
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and move and close the distance.
okay, yeah, he's not going to get an attack of opportunity because he's not set. So
And then, doop, there we go.
About how far can I move here?
your speed is on your character sheet. I'll look it up for you. Your base speed is 12, so you can move like 24 squares.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, you can move over pretty if you're sprinting. You can move 12 if you're just moving normally. But if you
So could I get about there and still have a possibility to attack?
let's see, we're here. Yeah, you can do that.
Let's run around there real quick and
Okay.
see what I can do. Do I need the initiative?
Yeah, if you're actually joining the combat, you're joining the combat at the end of the initiative since you chose to delay.
Okay.
So you're automatically going to go last. But go ahead and roll to attack.
I'll roll to attack.
Yeah.
Initiative roll too.
You don't need an initiative because you joined the combat at the end of the
Gotcha.
initiative.
Okay, here's my staff. Try to smacking.
A staff of smacking.
Let's see.
That's a hit.
That's a good solid hit and max damage. You just whap him right upside the head and knock him out.
Sweet.
That's exactly what I was hoping for. Does he appear to be dead, or is he still breathing?
I don't know. The gods weren't kind to him. He is breathing, but he's not waking up either.
Bastard.
Is he human?
Yes, he is a human, but his features and everything suggests that he's not very well evolved.
Beard, long hair.
Sub-barbarian.
Carrying anything other than the spears?
No, he just has the one spear he threw at you, which is ruined because it hit a stone wall, and the one that he was carrying, which is a primitive spear. It's not even hardly worth using.
Okay.
And if you want a primitive spear, you can take it, but
No, I think I'm
probably
fine.
last,
I'm going to break it just so that he can't use it against us if he does ever regain consciousness.
Okay.
Something tells me that if he does wake up, he's probably going to leave us alone.
I wouldn't mess with us after that outcome. But I will say, I'm starting to think that the people around here just are not very nice.
Yeah. Not a
Here
bit
I am
friendly.
trying to say hi to everything I meet.
Well, that's not true. You met the two nice halflings who didn't.
It's true. The halflings are kind of nice.
They even added to your map. I mean, they were really nice.
Let's see. So other than that, as a player, I kind of want to tie him up to make sure that he doesn't come back up after us. But as a character, I'm pretty sure that would be a death sentence. So my character would feel bad about that.
Yeah.
So we're just going to go ahead and I'm saying we leave him be.
Yeah.
Or I can casually turn my back and walk away.
Okay. Well, it looks like Andrew just joined. Not sure if your mic is working or not. If it's not, sometimes you have to click hover your mouse over your icon at the bottom of the screen and hit the little round icon, and it'll reset it.
How about now?
Okay. Now he's muted. Unmuted.
This thing's not playing very nicely with microphones today.
Yeah, I'm beginning to think I understand why most people use like Google Hangouts instead of the built-in chat.
I will say I'm not certain that it was Roll20 that was giving me microphone issues. My new PC doesn't actually have the microphone and headphones jack marked.
Yeah.
So I have to kind of guess each time I plug it in and unplug it as to which one is which.
Yeah, for that very reason, I invested in a USB headset and microphone. It works really well for work, but for this, I really want the freedom of not having to worry about wires when I wave my hands around.
And eventually, I'm going to move to a wireless set. I just haven't figured out which one I'm planning on getting yet.
I have a pretty nice little set of Bluetooth, little Bluetooth headset with the microphone. Yeah, it's for a phone, but it's stereo. I've been thinking about getting a little Bluetooth dongle and trying it out, but
Well, advice from a sage: don't go cheap on your Bluetooth dongle. Make sure that it's got the ASR thing of like version 4.0 or higher, or it is garbage.
It's one of the things that I really like about my new motherboard is that it had the Bluetooth 4.0 on the board.
Oh, very nice.
Andrew's still having microphone problems. keep working on it, Andrew, and once you get that sorted out, we'll start talking to you. In the meantime, these guys need to move. All right, so you're going to go ahead and go up north to the large square room and check out what's down the hallway to the left.
Exactly.
At least direction.
Nope, I heard something there for a second.
All right, nothing really noteworthy. It's a hallway with a small 10-foot alcove off to the side. There is nothing of note here.
Okay, we'll move on up a little bit.
Here we find room is all the way on the other end of the document.
How about now?
I heard a how about now, but it was very, very faint.
How about now?
That's better. It's a little noisy, but it's there.
Oh, well,
All right.
see if I can adjust that.
Give me one more.
That's
Excellent.
good.
Okay. Let's see what's in here. Very nice. This will work out well. Just a second.
My wife is in the bed behind me. She just fell asleep. So if you guys hear snoring, I promise it's not me.
Likely story.
Okay. As soon as you guys come into view, you see a half orc standing down. Just scroll up a little higher. There we go. 3 goblins.
Oh,
Interesting. As in, like, they're in combat with each other, or he's leading the goblins?
He's like at the ready. They've got their weapons pulled on him. He's got his weapon pulled on them, but they aren't attacking each other quite yet.
Well, what do we have here?
Okay. Since I don't have your name announced to the party yet, I'm just going to say, Andrew, you are the half orc. So, you've been lost in this dungeon for about 3 days. The last thing that you remember of the outside world is that you were staying at an inn in some unknown town in podunk nowhere. When the next thing that you remember is waking up in a pile of bones and debris at the bottom of a pit. A scrawled message on the south wall of that room said, "We're very sorry, but the dragon demands tribute. Return with the tiara, and we will set you free." Since that time, you've been kind of wandering around the dungeon, trying to find the tiara so that you could get out. You've known for a while now that things just seem to appear and disappear, especially people. This dungeon is definitely strange and magical in very strange and magical ways. So, at this exact moment, you were trying to parlay with these goblins, trying to negotiate trading some food with them, but that went south, and they're getting ready to attack you. When you hear the sound of 2 humanoids approaching from behind you, and they go, "Ho ho! What do we have here?" So I need at least Andrew to roll initiative. If you pull up your character sheet, you can click on the journal tab at the top. I don't know how much you played around with this yet, but you should see your character sheet listed there, and it'll open in a little window. Anytime you see a little button next to any of the things there, you can click that button and it'll roll the appropriate thing.
Yeah, I'm looking. Sorry, I didn't play around a whole lot. I got in, I saw the character, and
Okay.
life happened. There's journal. Okay. Character sheet.
You can also click, if you have 2 monitors or whatever, you can click on the button in the upper right corner and it will pop the character sheet out, and you can drag it to another screen if you have multiple screens.
Awesome. Okay. Initiative.
Okay. Well, that was awful.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, they all 3 beat you to the punch. Are you guys standing back to see what happens, or are you going to help?
I kind of figured that I'm getting in on this. I haven't figured out which side yet, because I know that there's already some orcs after us.
All right.
Would Kolb recognize this orc from the ones that were chasing him?
No, they didn't get a good look at any of those guys.
Okay.
I don't have any particular love of goblins either, though. So,
It's kind of me.
and the way that my character sees it, it's 3-on-1. So the rules of fair play mean that there should now be 3 of us against the 3 goblins until the odds get even.
All right.
Yeah. You know what?
It's all about good form.
I think I will try jump in here since
Okay. Go ahead and roll initiative then if you're going to plan on joining on the first round of combat.
yep. Ooh.
Okay.
Did we lose Ozzy again?
No, I'm still here.
Okay. I saw
I
you.
just saw that you were typing in it.
Yeah. I thought maybe something was wrong.
Evidently, if you press the up arrow while you're in the chat, it redoes whatever you were just doing.
Oh, yeah.
So my plan is to end up right around here at this back guy so that he can't engage. Since it also looks based on the icon there that looks like he might have a bow.
Yeah.
So your initial roll was the 7?
Correct.
Oh, okay. I thought that was from the last combat. Okay.
Last combat, I think it was a 2.
Okay. All right then. Yeah, you're definitely going first. If you want to try and run around to that guy, you can.
I'd like to get right about here.
No, he's not exactly centered in a square either, is he? There you go. All right. Well, he does have a bow, so he's going to fire at you as you're attempting to make your move. Okay, he missed.
Okay.
Who was he firing the bow at?
The guy who was running up to him.
Oh, yeah. Of course, I probably didn't see that because I've got, my own problem standing in front of me.
All right. You're going to take 3 points of damage as the goblin to your left there jabs a short sword into your ribs. So Andrew can take 3 points of damage. The other one misses. And then, let's see. That puts Edwin next in the initiative order, and then Agarez, the half-orc, will be last in the turn order.
All right. Give me a smacking. Yeah, that wasn't so great.
Nice.
Well, definitely good enough.
Yeah, first edition goblins shouldn't have many hit points.
Yeah, that was a good solid whack to the noggin again. You're rolling really nice fat backwards there.
Woohoo!
All right, so he hits the ground bleeding. Andrew, I don't know if your mic's not working again or not. We haven't heard you say anything in a while.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, okay. All right, so this guy's out.
That's 2 people unconscious with 2 hits. We shall now call Edwin the Noggin Knocker.
Okay, so that brings us to Agares. So I
I
suppose you
will.
want to wreak vengeance on the guy who stabbed you.
That would be that one, the one between us.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh.
Not bad.
Yeah. Not good enough, though. The spry little goblin just kind of ducks out of your way when you swing your scimitar at him.
Bastard.
You bastard.
Okay, so that brings us back around to the top of the initiative order. The guy with the bow has put his bow away and drawn a sword. So we're back around to Kalb.
And I am going to attack the guy that just put down his bow.
Okay.
That hits.
Yeah. Take a good swing at him, but he definitely blocks with his freshly drawn sword.
Ooh.
Darn you, freshly drawn sword.
Okay, so that would bring us back to the goblin. Who stabs you yet again. Agarez, you take another point of damage.
That was me. Okay.
So I'm guessing everyone can see everything that happens when to his character. Like when I click on it, the little bubbles pop up and everything.
No.
No, I'm not seeing anything.
Okay. Should have done that. Yeah. Mhm. Yeah. Why isn't it not working? Oh, because I'm stupid. Okay. Now, Andrew, when you click on your token, you can see how many hit points you have and keep track of it. If you click on the bubble and type plus or minus a number, it will add or subtract it from the value for you.
Oh, okay, because I'd just been typing in the number when I clicked on it.
Yeah, you can hit plus or minus, like -4, +1, whatever, and it'll do the math for you. Not that I don't think you can't do math, but it's just a convenience. Also, to move the map, you can right click and drag. It's much easier than anything else. And you can also move your token around using the arrow keys, which is something I just learned today. So that's pretty cool. All right. So it would be Edwin's turn.
I probably can't close range and hit the little guy down here, right?
Yeah, sure. No problem.
Okay.
You can step over the body of the one that's on the ground.
That looks like a good one.
All right. Yeah, that's a good solid hit. And probably not enough to knock him in the noggin.
Still enough to get his attention.
Yeah, definitely. Who's blowing up my phone? Nothing important. Okay. All right. Yeah, you definitely put a hurting on him. So that brings us to the goblin who traded in his sword, or his bow for a sword. He's definitely going to engage with Kalb there. That is definitely a miss. So we're back around to Agares.
Then we will get my character sheet back up. and try to slice him again.
Good hit. All right. Yeah, with a hefty blow, you just slice him right across the torso, and he goes down gurgling and bleeding.
Nice.
I don't know why that guy thinks he can still take all three of you, but he does. So
I'm not afraid.
go ahead and do whatever you got to do, Call.
All right, let's see how this one works.
Oh,
Not well.
Just to put your mind at ease, Andrew, I do not use critical hits or misses.
Okay.
So ones aren't terrible things in this game. There's enough things in this dungeon to kill you without having a 5% chance of just the dice killing you. So, okay. So Edwin, you're up.
Yep. We're
See,
gonna.
I'm playing the long game. I'm trying to give him a cold.
I guess since I'm right beside him.
Spit on him and give him your half elf aids.
Oh, yeah, that wasn't good either.
Yeah.
We're all just trying to cool him off after a long battle.
All right. No, he's gonna take a swing at Cole. That's gonna hit. That's gonna do 2 points of damage.
Alrighty.
All right. Your turn, Nagaris.
Back diagonally, right? Oh,
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Not a natural 20, but 20 is good enough. Yeah, a horrible gash in the side of his head. Blood and brains spill all over the ground as he hits the ground.
Sweet.
Okay. So there's no more threats in the room that you can see, so you can finally take a good look around. There's a foot locker against the south wall, a hole that goes about 4 feet up in the southeast corner of the ceiling. On the goblins, you find a long sword, 2 short swords, and a really crappy bow with 5 really crappy arrows.
Oh, I wouldn't mind a short sword. I'm probably not that good with a sword, but might not
You're
be.
a cleric.
Yeah,
Yeah, you'd be absolutely terrible with a sword.
yeah, you're right. I probably don't even care. Are they very ornate, or are they just kind of?
No, they are the goblinest of the goblinisty swords.
Yeah.
They are
So
really
Word painted on the side of them.
Yeah, I'm
So
good.
since you're not automatically attacking us, I'm guessing you're not with the orcs that we pissed off earlier.
Yeah, I don't know those orcs.
Yeah, okay.
I just kind of woke up here.
Huh,
No, so
funny.
you're one of us then.
Yes. I was where I woke up, there was a sign that said find a tiara, and that's really all I've got to go on.
As near as I can figure, there's a dragon that is a little heavier on the drag than the un, and so I'm guessing we need to get that to get rid of it. So I don't know, but yeah, welcome aboard. I hope you don't pop out of existence too soon. It seems to happen a lot.
I'd like to avoid that too.
Yeah, we still haven't seen the guy that was with us just I don't know,
Yeah,
an
just a
hour
few
ago.
hours ago, we had a gnome gnome,
He was a halfling.
halfling with us.
Yeah.
just kind of popped out of existence. I assume he'll pop back in at some point.
No, you can't trust halflings.
Thank you. I agree. Kind of curious about this hole you said in the southwest.
Yes.
I know it's probably bad for my health, but I'm actually going to go peek up there and see if there's anything visible.
Nothing at all. You stick your torch up there and look around, and it looked like it maybe at one point it may have been a vent of some kind, but it's long since closed off.
Okay.
Wasn't there a footlocker?
Yeah, let's kind of investigate that footlocker. I thought I heard something
Was
about
it
that. Watch.
Okay.
down here?
It was just against the south wall down there.
Okay.
Okay. So the footlocker does not appear to be locked. You're not sure if it's trapped. Nobody's a thief.
I could try to find and remove. I can throw the roll just to find out.
Okay. Good Lord, dude. There might be something wrong with that.
Maybe.
You rolled a 1 every single time.
Oh, that's crazy.
That is fantastic.
Well, I do have a bunch of thief skills, actually.
Oh, do you? Okay.
Yeah. I don't think I'm actually a thief, but yeah, like 35 in pickpocket, 35 in open locks, 25 in find and remove traps, 85 in climb walls, if that ever comes in handy.
That probably will sooner or later. Man, that's weird. That's rolling so well.
Out of curiosity, let's see what happens if I.
Okay, we're gonna officially call that broken, and we're just gonna have to
Yeah, I'm
start
pretty sure
doing
that
it.
one's bugged there.
It might be, yeah.
Yeah. So from here on out, yeah, let's just start doing a slash roll 1d100
Okay, yeah.
for those ability checks. It's weird because it was working for the other rogue character that we had in here before. They were working just fine.
It was
But for you
working
guys,
last week.
We're just such accomplished rogues.
all right. Okay, so yeah, I'll give it to you this time because it's not your fault. The character sheet's bugged. Anyway, no, it's not trapped. It's not locked. You open it up and you find a whip and a small toy doll.
Another one?
Didn't
Yes.
you already have one? Didn't you pick
Yeah,
that up?
I picked it up last.
I sense a collection mission coming.
I'm gonna grab that.
I'm kind of curious about the whip. I'm going to take the whip.
Is the doll similar to the one?
I mean, it's a handmade like doll. So similar, yeah. It's made out of cloth and it's got buttons for eyes and yarn for hair. But as far as like looking like it was made by the same person or anything, nah.
Yeah. Okay, well, I'm gonna grab it just in case. Got two of them now.
All right, and that's easy enough. Just put a 2 in the quantity field.
Yep.
All right. The south corridor just comes to an abrupt end.
Yep. There's a wall.
The west corridor just kind of curves off to the south at that point.
I'm thinking we probably need to carry on that direction because I'm still not relishing the idea of going back after the guys trying to defend their territory.
Yeah. And the poor caveman we knocked out.
So easy a caveman could do it.
Okay. So you peek around the corner there, and the corridor just continues to go south. It's natural cut stone, not very well hewn. Might have been carved out by water. You're not sure.
Okay. Yeah, well, the only option we've got there is to continue on a bit.
Yep.
Okay. Cobb, right about by the time that you get about. Why doesn't that ever work? Let me see if we can do it on this one. Right about there.
Hmm.
You catch like a draft coming from the west wall. Like maybe there's something unusual about it.
Secret doors.
Go for it. All right. Yep, there is definitely a secret door or something there.
Let's see if we can find out what that is. I'll poke around and see if I can find a switch or if it's just actually like a moving door or moving wall.
Well, if I can just get this to work the way that it was intended. Maybe I'm lying. Maybe it's not a secret door. No, it is. Okay, so after some tinkering around with it, you do find that there is a switch that opens the door into this small room.
Exciting.
And what is in this room? I don't know, because I haven't read this part of the map yet. Okay. Okay. It's a carved stone room, uh, better hewn than the hallway that you just came from, anyway. There's a round marble table by the south wall, a steel armchair by the north wall, and a brown substance covers the steel armchair.
Interesting. Like, would you say substance like gooey, like flaky, sandy? Appears to be bubbling menacingly.
Um, Fuzzy rust.
Fuzzy rust.
Oh no.
That's the best way I could describe it.
Hey, can I borrow that cane we picked up earlier?
Well, sure.
I'm gonna toss the cane at it.
Just you're going to throw the cane at it from a distance.
Uh huh.
Okay. Nothing happens.
Okay. So it's not the thing that ate organic material. Um.
We'll go pick the cane up and look at it closely and see if anything's stuck to it.
Okay. Once you approach the armchair, the fuzzy, rusty material starts to move in your direction. It's
Oh.
also incredibly cold.
Oh. Oh, I can't remember the name of the monster. Um.
Did you say incredibly cold?
Yes, very cold.
The room itself is cold.
I
The
think
closer you get to the chair, the colder it gets.
player-wise, whatever that fuzzy stuff is makes it cold. I definitely wouldn't know that as my character, however.
Yeah.
But the fact that it's moving towards you makes me think that you should move back.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna back away pretty quickly.
And I'm actually going to toss my torch onto it now. lit and all.
Okay. Where are you moving, Edwin?
This way. Just backing away. I guess the chair is about there.
Yeah. I'm gonna. Okay. So there's the chair. All right. Um, Edwin, you take a point of damage from the cold.
Oh,
All right. When you throw the torch onto the thing,
Mm-hmm.
it almost instantaneously increases in size to about this big.
Interesting.
oh
That's
crap!
not the reaction I expected.
The torch almost immediately goes out, and there is a wicked draft of cold
I
as
did
the
expect
heat
the
is
torch to
sucked
go
out of
out.
the room.
I think maybe we should back up out into the hallway.
Yeah,
Edwin, you take 3 points of damage from the
Bit of a
cold.
retreat
running like hell. Woo! I'm almost dead, boys.
It's been a long time since I've played original D&D. Is there like an intelligence or skill check to try and identify the thing?
Yeah, that's kind of what I was wondering.
Well, the ranger definitely can. The fighter probably so too. I mean, you've probably if you've been around the block. Cleric maybe. I mean, you can always ask for divine intervention as a cleric. Always give that. It's usually only for informational purposes and stuff. They aren't going to. The deities aren't going to just go, oh sure, we'll kill that guy for you, but need a little bit of help on something. They're usually
Maybe a
forgiving.
wisdom check if it matters. Int check.
I mean, yeah, I mean, if you just want to make an int check, I'll give you a plus or minus on it, just because that's the way I operate. I'm never gonna withhold information from the characters just because there's no clear way to do it.
Int check I barely made by like one.
Well, I need to roll d20.
Yeah.
I want to say it's like an ochre or something. Maybe not a brown slime. Brown mold, maybe? I could never keep all of them straight.
Okay. So, yeah, Agaris has seen this before, and it is a mold of a type, and it feeds on heat.
Oh,
So anything that gets within about 5 feet of it, it will begin to suck the heat out of it, and it's extremely painful. It's not a slow; it's frostbite almost instantaneously. And if it comes into contact with fire, it grows like mad.
nifty.
See, the first mistake there was feeding it.
Yeah. We don't feed the monsters. Unless we could leave a trail of torches to our enemies.
Hmm.
Trying to think of where the
Can I
gold is.
cast Cure Light Wounds again?
Yeah, that would be your last one for the day.
Last one for the day. Yeah. Try
I'm
that.
thinking it probably should be getting about time to rest as well. It's been a
Is it
while
a
since we've had our last rest.
1d6
+1.
plus 1? Oh, okay. I can live with that. literally.
Okay. You do know that it's not going to like chase you or anything. It basically is an opportunistic hunter. It waits for something warm to come along and then it absorbs the heat from it. So it's not going to come out into the hall or anything. It's going to stay right where it's at.
If possible, I would like to go ahead and close that secret room door again.
Yeah, you don't see a way to close it.
Okay.
Okay, so now that you've made it down this far into the passage, you can see that it ends with a 5 foot drop into a very large body of water.
Still water, I'm guessing? Stagnant?
It's pretty much equivalent to an underground lake. I mean, it extends farther than you can see. Now you do see about 15 feet to your south there is another ledge, but you're not sure where it goes.
Interesting. Does it appear that we would be able to get back to that ledge, or is that like so high that if we were to get into the water that...
Yeah, with your equipment and everything, it would be very difficult to swim over there and hoist yourself up enough to get up on the ledge.
That's kind of what I was expecting. So I know you said that you are basically out of spells at this point.
Yep.
I'm kind of thinking maybe it may be a good time for a rest, if assuming that it has been as many hours as I think it has been in the dark.
I mean, you've pretty much only been going for about 5 or 6 hours since your last rest. So, I mean, you can force one if you really want to.
No, if it's only been that long, I don't necessarily see a need. But I think that leaves the only other option available to us, really, as being... we've got that area, but I don't necessarily want to go all the way back there. I think it's basically just down to these guys that were throwing rocks at us, really.
Possibly.
Right in that area, I think, is the only other area that we've really got left to
Well,
explore. Because I really don't want to go swimming in armor.
Yeah, I don't want to strip down to my skivvies to go swimming either.
Exactly.
okay, zooming way out, I can see that there's a couple places that you haven't been. Way back at the very beginning.
Area way over here that looks like...
Yeah, there was apparently some green slime, and to the right of that was a passage. Also, to the south, there's that lake, and you remember talking to the halflings, and they told you that it looked like you could go around the lake to the south,
Yes, I do remember that.
and so there's that way too.
That may not be a bad area there as well. I'm still not relishing the idea of the green slime. Um, I personally still don't have a way to start a significantly large fire to get that thing out of the way. But I think...
Somebody picked up a thing of lantern oil.
Yeah, somebody
I
has a
remember...
tinderbox too.
Oh, if we have lantern oil, then that will work wonderfully.
Did anybody get the flint and steel that was a while back?
I thought you got that because I got the... what was it? I got the iron pliers and the tarot deck, and I thought you grabbed the flint and steel
I
and
think the
the...
only thing I grabbed was that crappy cane that's now laying in a pile of brown goo.
We will go back and grab the good flint and steel then.
Yeah,
And then, yeah, I'm kind of thinking maybe over to the green slime, if you guys are okay with that.
it's worth a shot.
Since we have lantern oil and a way to start a pretty good fire. So that's going to be a bit of a trek, but I think that's probably our best option.
Yeah, I'll stop and grab that flint and steel if I could remember where it was. I want to say it was.
It was in this room over here,
Yeah,
right by the Bernie guys.
yeah,
So we'll just kind of swing back around on our way over to the there and grab it, and then hit the green slime room, assuming that nothing attacks us between then and now.
Okay. So are you going to go along the northern path
Yeah,
through
around.
the pillar room, or are you going to get to the intersection there in the middle of the map and go south to the crumbling room and then back around that way?
I am saying we go
I'm following you because I
the
hadn't been in that area.
through the crumbling room, through this area.
All right.
That seems to be the fastest route, and especially since we're already going to be right here to pick up the flint and steel.
Yeah.
That'll give us the option. We'll check in on this guy and see if he's still unconscious.
No, he's
Nicer
dead.
in the future? Huh? Huh?
No, he's dead.
Oh,
He died from his wounds.
bummer.
That's what you get. That's what you get.
I say bummer, and I'm the one that killed him. So, you know. All right. We got the flint and steel there.
Hang out for me just a minute.
Yeah, I stopped right here because I kind of figured that,
There was going to be stuff and things.
yeah, stuff and things. Because that room there, wasn't there remains of a campfire in the bottom of that?
There was, yes.
Yeah.
I'm kind of wondering if that may be the same people that actually made this campfire over
Oh.
here that then threw rocks at us.
Maybe.
Oh, that would also allow us to go back in and check in on our halfling friends too.
Okay. Yeah. Strange noises all around. Nothing seems to be interested in engaging you guys if the strange noises you actually heard are actually things. So I rolled plenty of random encounter checks on your way through here, and they all seem like
We're just kind of running through, hey guys.
yeah, it's no problem. So yeah, the guy with the spear was definitely dead. He might have survived if somebody had given him first aid.
Imagine that. You launch a spear at somebody and they're less inclined to give you first aid.
But no, he's quite dead. All right.
Because I'm lawful good doesn't mean I'm lawful stupid.
Okay, so yeah, it's a quick scramble down that hill, and kind of a energetic climb up the other side, but it's not so bad that I would require a dex check or anything. Even if you did fall, it wouldn't be that much damage. So I'm not gonna make you guys go through all that. So you said you're gonna check on the halflings.
Yeah, let's see if the halflings are still there and still doing okay. And give them a shout out before we round the corner and say, "Hey guys, still there?"
And they're dead.
That's kind of what I figured. They weren't long for this world when we left them. So. Although now we can see if they do have anything good since they are dead. So
Okay. Yeah. Anything good they had was probably looted from their bodies by whatever killed them. They are covered in cut marks and just general weapon damage.
oh well, we tried.
No, you didn't.
Well, we did try and talk them into coming with us so that they would be protected.
I wasn't here. I don't know these halflings you speak of.
And then back down this direction.
All right. All right. Let's see. Nope. Would help if I was actually using the right tool for the job. There we go. Okay, so large body of water. You can see that to the south there is a path that is barely wide enough for you to skirt along to keep from actually going into the water. There's also another shoreline to what appears to be another body of water to the south.
Does the I don't really know if there's a way to actually test that without actually just drinking some, but does it appear to be potable water? I mean, is it not?
You would definitely want to boil it before you drink it.
I'm going to go ahead and fill up whatever wine skins and water skins that we've got currently, just so that we can boil it later. Because I'm fairly certain that we are going to start running out low on water soon.
I mean, you guys drank fairly well during your last rest, so you're not going to start feeling the effects of dehydration for at least another 2 days.
And then I'll go ahead and peer down this direction to the south and see if it looks like it's another one of those huge bodies of water, if it actually looks like something that may be traversable.
Okay. It's not as bad as the other body of water that you were just at on the far west side of the area. It's shallower, and the ledge eases into the water. You could probably wade fairly easily to the other shoreline on just to your southwest,
Okay.
making it all the way over to the west and could be a little bit tricky because you're not sure exactly how deep it gets, but you can tell that it's only like 3 or 4 feet deep along the edge of the wall here.
Okay. I'm not ready to start wading yet. I'm kind of thinking maybe go eastward. What do you guys
Yeah,
think?
let's.
Hug the wall there, or pass through the wall, as the case may be. Let's see if we see anything else here.
One of these days, I'll get the hang of these keyboard shortcuts and I'll stop clicking the wrong button. Okay. Just on the edge of your vision, you can see uh, the heat signatures of at least 3 humanoid-sized creatures.
So, as an aside to my fellow players, I have been greeting these things over and over with a casual, friendly hello, and have gotten very poor results from it. That being said, it's one of those things that my character is going to continue to do. So,
Yeah. I'm chaotic good, so I mean, I kind of run in.
um, I want to as quietly and as possible, because again, not lawful stupid. I want to kind of move up and see if I can get any kind of visual on them without them taking too terribly aggressive a note.
Okay. You want
See
to
if
make
I can
a
get.
move silently roll?
Yeah, let me see if we can get to that. Let's see.
Don't click it on the sheet.
Oh yeah, that's right. Forgot about that.
Or maybe you do want to. I don't know.
It won't count this time, and I'll roll for you.
How about a
Okay.
6?
Okay. That's how they respond to your movement.
Interesting.
Hmm.
Um, I'll let them know that I see them. I have no interest in fighting them. We're just trying to get by. In common. We'll try common first.
Okay. They shout back in Orcish. No, we think we're going to eat you.
Hey, they're half orc. Yeah, might want to try to talk some sense into you.
Don't eat us. We're stringy and chewy.
Just so you know, this meal bites back. In Orcish.
All right. We're going to need initiative rolls from everyone.
Yippee!
All right. That guy's going to shoot an arrow at the guy who doesn't want to be lunch. He misses.
All of us?
Yeah, I don't
Well, the guy who announced he didn't want to be lunch. All right. So all 3 of you are like one right after another in initiative order. So Edwin and Calb flip a coin. Whoever wants to go first, go.
I will cede first to my compatriot.
All right. Oh boy, this is gonna be fun. Do I close ranks or do I run away? Now we do have a dude with a bow over there. Let's see.
You probably won't be able to close into combat this turn, but
Probably not. I'm thinking maybe there. Probably gonna be about my. I don't know. We can move what 12 ish.
Yep.
Oh goody. If I move there, can I defend or block or?
Yeah. Yeah, you can go into a defensive stance, and if one of them comes within melee range, you'll get an attack of opportunity immediately.
Cool. All right.
hmm. number-wise, if those two little skull icons are two more of them, we actually may want to move into this hallway to the south so that their numbers have much less of an advantage.
Possibly.
And then as far as
Just a heads up, we're already 25 minutes past the normal deadline for playing. So, yeah, no matter what happens, and after the next 5 minutes, we're just going to have to call it.
do you want to go ahead and call it here at the start of this combat?
I think that's probably wise. And I mean, if you guys want to set up where you guys want to stand,
I think that's actually a good idea. I'm personally thinking that right here, right at the entrance of this hallway, so that we can actually come back down here if we need to, is going to be the best bet with especially the way outnumbers. 6-1 at least.
All right.
Double our numbers. Let's say it that way.
It's a fight then.
yeah, you guys are heavily outnumbered by orcs.
The worst kind of enemy.
Yeah, they're one-hit dice creatures in first edition D&D. They're fodder, but it's still not good for 3 first-level characters who are already wounded.
Oh, I thought you were just saying the worst kind of enemy are the ones that outnumber you.
That too. Yeah.
All right, guys. Yeah, you're staring death in the face at this point. I think this is a pretty good place to call it for the
I think
night.
this is a good pause point.
Save. Quit.
Exactly. Save and
Quick save.
Sorry, this is a permadeath dungeon.
All right, guys.
Right.
I will catch you guys next week.
All right, cool, man. Look forward to it. Doing this again Wednesday.
Later, man.
Bye.
All right, guys. Have fun. See y'all next time.
See ya.